In this video, I'm going to be giving you some insights and actionable tips to help you stay on track with your fitness goals when you're eating out. All right, I'll go over to why the reasons are. It is tougher to stay on track with fitness goals when eating out, but you do have some things that you can do to make it easier with staying on track and to be making adjustments. All right, so let's get right in. And anyways, for those of you subscribed, thank you very much for subscribing. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. And any support is much appreciated with liking, commenting. Let's go right into it. I'm going to start with going over what are the reasons it is even harder to stay on track with fitness, with keeping up with your fitness goals and with reaching them when eating out. I'm going to go over that in the first place if you're just curious. There's a few reasons why that is. The biggest one, I'd say there's two big ones. One is to do with you're not able to track as easily what you've eaten and just general accountability for how many macros you're getting in with the meal. The second reason is to do with just the kind of general cooking preparations that are used, more likely than not, with foods prepared out. Okay, that makes a big difference with just again, with the macros, what you're consuming, and it gets tied to the first reason too, with how you just you don't have as much of a mechanism to be accountable with what you're really eating when you're eating out. And it's to do with the cooking preparation methods, specifically with cooking and fat sources such as butter. Just in general, you prepare richer foods. They prepare richer foods when you're eating out, richer, more fat content and stuff through the cooking preparations, whether it be butter or whatever fat source they use to cook in, and just any kind of house-made sauces and condiments that they're making as well. Those are the kind of reasons it gets tougher. Now, that said, here are the strategies of how you stay on track better with eating out and still reaching your fitness goals and stuff. And obviously just, living life, which that's part of life sometimes is eating out, right? Whether you're eating out just once in a while when you're at work and you just are out of food, got to have a meal out, whether you're going out with your coworkers or perhaps you're entertaining a client and sometimes you just got to eat out, right? And then just all the other things that we do just with living life. You go out with your friends for an evening, go out with your family, your wife or your husband or significant other, whoever you're dating. It's part of life, so we do got to eat out sometimes. And here's some strategies of how to be staying on track with your fitness goals when eating out. And it always comes down to this. This is the most actionable insight, but it's also the most strict kind of thing you can do with eating out is you try to have out meals that are closest to what you normally prepare yourself and what's normally programmed with your meal program and the kind of meal plan that you have, whether it's loose or more strict or more of a set meal plan you have, okay? You just basically try to stay as close to eating the same way as you normally do if you're just eating a food you prepared yourself. That is the most actionable kind of thing that you do that keeps you the most on track. But that isn't always feasible, and we don't always want to do that either. So let's go into better detail with more actionable insights, some of which are going to be geared for keeping things closest to what you normally do. And others are going to be ways to just kind of do things more out of the ordinary when you eat out and you get to enjoy yourself a bit and have meals that you don't normally have. Okay? So one thing is going to be, whether you're looking to lose fat or gain muscle, and it's always about a priority with having protein, right? And specifically, evenly, trying to split your protein as evenly through the day as possible. And that entails with all of your square meals, you want to be getting protein in. So that's one actionable insight is get a good protein source when you're eating out, even if you're going out to a steak restaurant and stuff. Obviously that's not, with that kind of a place fits pretty well with getting a good protein source with your meals, burgers and sandwiches with lean protein sources, and lean burgers, those you can stay on track a little bit easier than a grilled cheese sandwich restaurant, right? Because you get a good protein source in with the meal, even if it's prepared a little differently than when you would, not quite as clean. Okay, so that is the simplest tip that applies to everyone is with just getting in a good protein source with a meal you have out. If you have pizza, you maybe you have pizza, chicken pizza or something like that. What else can you do at a pizza place? Or that, or you order a sandwich at a pizza place, right? A good sandwich with a good protein source. So, again, whatever you're doing at your fitness goals, you're pretty much always getting protein evenly through the day. I don't have people that I program any other way with what their goals depending on. Okay, a next insight would be just keeping things in moderation. Let's say you're having food out that is not what you normally have. Maybe you're having pizza, or maybe you're having whatever, a steak dinner and some vegetables, and I don't know, whatever kind of food you're having, pasta, whatever, and it's closest to more what you normally eat, but obviously the cooking preparations or cooking preparation methods are going to be a lot different than how you'd make it if you made it cleaner. Well, then keep things in moderation. If you, depending, what your circumstances are, how much you normally eat, maybe you have part of the meal and save some of it for later. Make a second meal out of it, or just make a small snack out of it. But don't eat it all at once. In other words, you can probably figure out a way to, bring part of the meal home and incorporate it with another kind of meal you have later in the week or whatnot, right? Order something that's not crazy over the top. You go to a burger restaurant, get a kind of fairly clean burger. Maybe you want a cheeseburger with fries, but don't get the burger like the burger with has donuts for a bun and it's loaded with cheese and bacon, and get something a little more closer to a plain Jane burger. Maybe you like bacon, you get a bacon burger or a bacon cheeseburger, but then you don't go over the top. You don't go too crazy over the top. You don't go crazy overeating. If you have a meal normally at that time, it's whatever, 500 to 600 calories. If you get a meal that's like 900, 1,000 calories, okay, cool, but don't go over the top and get a meal much more than that, right? Don't go over the top with getting a meal that's 2,000 calories. Don't be glutinous, right? Keep things more in moderation, whether it be with foods that are just not quite as clean as what you normally eat, or if it's more of like a cheat type food that's just okay, like something like pizza, grilled cheese sandwich. I'm drawing blanks with other kind of foods there are like that, but you get the gist. If it's something that's a food that really is something that we just don't have that often, it's more than just a food that's just prepared, not quite as clean as normal. Just we're always just keeping things in moderation, right? That's the idea. Keeping things in moderation. That's to do with portion control and just not being glutinous. That's all there is to do with that. Okay? And then some other actionable insights I can give you as well is just to kind of plan for those kinds of meals you have out in with the overall picture. You know, if you are looking to if you're looking to lose fat and lose weight and get a little bit leaner, you factor in that okay, I'm going to be having a meal out, and maybe it's going to be more calorie dense than what I have, and maybe you adjust the rest of your meal plan for that day, whether it be having a lighter lunch or snack before the dinner out that you're going to have, right? It could be that you're going to just planning ahead, you're just looking at the menu at the place ahead of time, making sure it has a good option for you, and figuring what that'll be instead of winging it. Okay, for someone looking to gain muscle and is more in a gaining type of stage where they're more looking to gain versus lose and cut fat or whatnot, those individuals, I would say, do have it a little bit easier of eating out, but still, plan ahead a bit. Maybe that's just the day is like, okay, this is just a cheat meal day. You're not going to go over the top with a crazy cheat meal, but you're just going to have a cheeseburger and fries, and you're not going to think about it too much more. Or, you're going to have a few slices of pizza and you're going to enjoy it. And that's that. You're not going to try to bother getting a protein source in or whatever. These are the ways to be thinking, but just be planning ahead and be cognizant of what are your goals and plan ahead. If you're going to have a cheat meal out, then don't screw off at, if you're going to have your dinner out, don't screw off at lunch and have a bunch of goodies or snacks during the day. Maybe these are the kind of ways to be factoring in. You know, for anyone, this is actually if you're looking to gain or lose fat, a great time to be having cheat meals or meals out is on days where you're having more strenuous workouts, tougher workouts like leg days and back days, where those are tougher workouts. And I wouldn't do it before unless you're having like a breakfast out. But that's a good thing to be doing. You're going to have a nice lunch out. You're training legs in the morning on whatever day it is, or you're training back in the early afternoon. The leg day in the morning, that'd be a great day to have a good lunch or dinner out. That'd be a good day to have your cheat meal. Doing, in the early afternoon, you're having your workout. That wouldn't be a bad day to have if you're having dinner out that day. These are just kind of ways with the planning side, better strategies to be having good cheat meals. You know, you do them on days that you're having more strenuous workouts. What do you think? That I think that gives you the best kind of insights I can give you with eating out and with staying on track properly with your fitness goals. Doing this pretty ad lib. If you have any questions, you're welcome to comment down below. My Instagram messages are also open. Instagram is at Nick Venuto Fitness. And thank you for staying tuned. If you did, hope you got good actionable insights that are going to help you, that you're going to use to stay on track better when you're eating out. The last little things I can give you, some of the best options for eating out are Tex-Mex and Spanish food type places, because a lot of the dishes are rice and bean based along with lean protein sources like chicken and steak. So things like Chipotle. What else is there? What is there? There's Moe's. There's those kinds of places. A lot of the Spanish type food places are really good with they have good options that are basically like rice and lean meat oriented type dishes. So those are good options. That's one more insight I can give you as well. Okay, guys. Anyways, for those of you subscribed already, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. You can connect with me on Instagram as well at Nick Venuto Fitness. I share a lot of other actionable strategies and tips on there to help you as well with gaining muscle, getting stronger, getting leaner, especially geared for those of you who are balancing it around your career and business demands. And if you could use some help with reaching your fitness goals, with getting stronger, with gaining strength, getting more muscular, gaining muscle, getting leaner as well, I have my calendar below if you want to book in a time and figure a time to meet with me. And I'll have good actionable steps for you as well once we talk and once I learn more about you as well. And you can explore seeing how it is I can help get you there, get you to the next levels with the improvements that you want to make with your physique, with your training. Calendars below if that's of interest for you. Anyways, guys, take care. Have a good evening, whatever time it is for you. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.